Hi, carefree cooks everywhere, all over the world. Welcome back to my kitchen on the northern neck of Virginia. Let me get my phone and make sure that we are online, because sometimes I talk to nobody. Yeah. Who's with me? I am not seeing myself yet, but I will soon. I'm hoping. Anyone see me? Because I don't see me. Ah, there I see me. Okay, I'm not sure why I don't see me on my phone, but I see me on the computer. Hi, everyone. I am live. That's good. Okay, hey, welcome. Yeah, I hate to go on and have you cook my lunch with me while I don't see myself at all. So that would be a little weird. You know what? Let me get something a little better here. Let's see if I can see myself. Hi, everyone. Newest comments. Tell me if you can see me. Tell me if I'm here. Hi, Joan. Are you with me? Am I live? Don't understand why I don't see it on my phone, and I don't see a live. Live video is starting. Okay. There we go. Hi, carefree cooks everywhere. I guess I'm 2 minutes behind. That's good. I see live. That's it. I was having some tech problems here, and now I want to make sure that I can see myself. Welcome, carefree cooks, back to my home kitchen on the northern neck of Virginia. Today, something a little bit different. We haven't seen each other in a while. My apologies. There I am, finally. That's good. Looking at my phone. I hate when I teach an entire class and nobody sees it. That's usually not good. Check my internet connection. And we are going to make lunch together today. Yep, I'm on the right connection. I hate when this doesn't work out perfectly, but it seems like it is now. I'm looking for your comments right now. And on my phone, it says live, but it's black. So I don't like that. Can you see me? Give me a comment if I'm live. Heather? Yeah. Can you see me? Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I can't see me. My phone is black. All right, good. Thank you very much. I don't know what here. Can you see if you can get it on my phone somewhere? Am I on the wrong? Here, see if you can get it to work on my phone if you would. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I get so nervous about the tech issues, about being on live from the northern neck of Virginia. I have to have all kinds of special internet things because I live out where crabs and oysters live. But I wanted to get on here today, do something a little bit different. Number one, it's been quite a while since we've been together live. It's been a busy summer for me of relaxing. Sitting on the beach, catching crabs and going on my boat and stuff. So I have not been on here live that much. But today I wanted to be on live to talk about a topic that I've really been exploring lately. And my Carefree Cooks, thank you so much. Oh, okay. And my Carefree, oh, nice. Now I see myself. This is good. And my Carefree Cooks Insiders community is examining this month. The Insiders community, we have these deep dive classes, and we're going deep into flavors, herbs, spices, spice blends, salts. Insiders tomorrow is going to be oils, condiments, and vinegars at 3 p.m. You don't want to miss that, only if you're an insider. So this has all been in my head lately, all these international flavors, and I think it's a tremendous lesson for Carefree Cooks everywhere that you can change something really, really basic. Something really, really boring. And let me tell you something else that happened. Hi, Miriam. Hi, Art is with us. Guy is here. Back up, running fine. That's good. Hi, Betty from Montana. Linda's with us, and Susan and Gary. All right, I'm live. Thank you for telling me. Judith, nice. Wow, a lot of people here today. So let me tell you a little personal story that's happened to me lately while I watched the chat over there. I went for a medical procedure that everybody has to do, certainly should do. I said to my doctor, hey, here's to looking up old friends. He didn't laugh. The doctor that gives you the colonoscopy doesn't have a big sense of humor, and that's good because I don't think I want my colonoscopy doctor laughing the whole time, right? That would be good. I don't need him to have a sense of humor. But anyway, while we're looking up old friends, everything's fine. Thank you for your concerns and so on. It's something that you do every 5 years. But you know, just like my cooking, every time I come back from the doctor, which I thankfully I'm very healthy, I don't have to do that. I believe in nutrition does that for me. Every time I come back from the doctor, though, I ask myself the same questions that I ask myself when I'm cooking. What did I do well, and what could I do better? These are the two questions that will always improve your cooking every single time. No matter what you cook, you taste it, you're mindful, you close your eyes, you think about the process. I sauteed, then I did the oil. Oh, the butter got a little too hot. Maybe that's why. And you run through it in your head and you ask yourself, what did I do well? Well, when I think about it, I have cut fat out of my diet. I've added a lot more fiber. I have a morning smoothie. Pretty much done it for the last 5 years since my last doctor was looking up old friends. So I've been doing morning spinach smoothies. I've tried to be, I eat a lot more salad than I ever ate before, more fiber and so on. But I go to the doctor this time and I expected to be clean as a whistle. I'm sorry for the colonoscopy jokes, but I expected to be totally clean and tubular, but you know, there was small things, very small things that everybody has, the doctor told me, but still. So I did some things well. There are other things I have to do better. And what I'm doing at this point is trying to get rid of as much fat in my diet, add protein and fiber. That's the whole thing. Get rid of as much fat, add protein and fiber. And unfortunately for a chef that loves to cook with butter, that migrates. Like I've realized I'm using 3 times as much butter as I need to in a saute. You can saute in butter, but you don't need 3 times that, chef. The other thing I'm realizing is how bad mayonnaise is. And I go through, or at least used to go through a lot of mayonnaise. You know, chicken salads and shrimp salads and anything that needs a binder, you know, a heavy coating on my turkey sandwich because it just gives you that texture. Mayo has got to go. Okay, so I put these two things together in my head. I'm all kinds of focused on new flavors, international flavors. It's usually where you get new flavors because we're doing this with my insiders community. And my doctor said everything is fine, but I don't accept that. I don't think everything is fine. I always think I can do better. So here we are today making my lunch together in a way not to use mayonnaise. It's that simple. I don't want to use mayonnaise, but I don't want dry sandwiches and I don't want boring sandwiches. So I've invited you here today because I'm going to whip up 4, maybe 5 international sauces to go on my chicken wrap today. You want to do that? You excited? That sounds like fun, right? It's hardly hot cuisine. We're doing lunch. I normally don't do lunch, right? Wow, a lot of comments today. Guy says mayo is food lube. Yeah, it's very, very fatty. You're right. That's good. That's how we eat: low fat, higher fiber, lean protein. It's where I've got to go. I don't know if I'm ever going to be a vegetarian, but I'm headed there. Like, I eat way less red meat than I used to, and I'm learning myself. I'm learning about this, about how to make these substitutions. So again, today, if you're just joining us, I'm trying to get rid of fat in my diet. I'm trying to get rid of the mayonnaise, but that leaves sandwiches with a seriously missing element: the spread, right? Every sandwich, as insiders know, is bread, spread, and flavors. So I'm missing my spread. Today is the idea of getting rid of mayonnaise and creating international flavors. That's good. Yeah, Peter, you should cut out sugar too. I've done that. I've stopped making my own cookies. I used to. Mama Neil is here. Hey, oh my goodness. You have been a carefree cook for a decade or two, no? Since the very beginning. That's good. Okay. Good to see you, Linda, from Washington, North Carolina. Excellent. Joan is here. George Clark is here as well. Wow, all our friends. Okay, so let's get to it. I'm going to do prep. I'm making a chicken wrap today, okay? So the first thing I have is a tortilla. These are frozen. I usually keep my tortillas frozen, but then they need to be defrosted. So I put it in a plastic bag to defrost, because if I just leave it on the counter, it gets staled around the edges. So the other thing I have is the oven preheated to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, just about as low as it'll go. I'm going to warm this tortilla when we get ready to fold the whole thing, because it makes it a little bit more pliable. We're going to talk about that more on Saturday. The next lab class, the Learn, Act, Become, is on Saturday. We're going to be using tortillas then as well. So let's do a basic prep for the chicken sandwich. Then we're going to get into the 4 international sauces, and maybe we'll vote on which one you want me to eat for lunch. So crane your neck. I've got 4 ramekins here ready to go. And let's start with, what can I do to create international flavors on my chicken dish? Here's 2 chicken breasts that I grilled yesterday and set aside. Now, if I put this big piece of chicken in a tortilla, my teeth have got to pull through it and pull it. So the first thing I'm going to do is call on Esmeralda. Esmeralda! ¿Cómo estás, Esmeralda? My Spanish chef's knife, people know as Esmeralda. Let's cut this into a little bit better bite-sized pieces. So we're going to do a little julienne. 1. Okay. Let's do that to start. We'll get a prep bowl here. All right, so I've prepped my chicken, so that's a little bit better on the tooth than trying to tear at one piece of chicken. Let's rinse that. All right, another condiment. I've got some lettuce. I'm going to use some lettuce in my chicken wrap, and these were in my smoker yesterday as well. Every week I smoke some red peppers. So let's clean one of these peppers, because I think chicken, smoked pepper, lettuce, maybe tomatoes, but I'm going to think about that. So I'll show you how I do these smoked peppers. Notice when you smoke them, the skin gets all wrinkly. It's a kind of a concasse thing. Oh my goodness, and if you could only smell that. That's smoked pepper. Okay, so I'm going to cut halfway through the top, like that. Just make a little slit there, and then I'm going to cut down the length of the pepper to open it up like that. What I really don't want is the pith. I don't want this white stuff. It's bitter. It's not flavorful. So Esmeralda will run horizontally like that. Arriba, arriba, andale, andale. All right, Esmeralda, this way too. Cuidado, cuidado, Esmeralda. Very good. All right, that way. And then I'm going to cut the head off like that. So I've got those nice fillets. I try not to spill too many peppers. Let's get rid of any remaining seeds. And I've got this fillet. And now the skin, because it was roasted, look at this. Whoop, skin peels right off. Somebody was asking me this question online this week. Like, do you peel the peppers before you smoke them? No, no need to. The skin comes right off like that. All right. There's our next bit of prep. Rinse of the ains. All right, Esmeralda, if you would. Let's put those on top of each other. We're going to give them a nice julienne too. All right, like that. Let me get another ramekin to put my peppers in. So far, my chicken wrap is a wrap. It's a whole wheat tortilla, chicken, grilled chicken, smoked peppers, and lettuce. We'll see if we want to do anything else with that. Grilled chicken, smoked peppers, lettuce. I've got some tomato in the fridge. You know, you can always improvise with anything. I've got an avocado, but putting an avocado on your sandwich doesn't really bring the fat down. What we're trying to do today is not use mayonnaise, and that gets us to the heart of this dish. I've got all this prepped. Let me get rid of this cutting board. Everyone, say gracias, Esmeralda. Esmeralda is sueño. Time to take a nap. All right. Back in the rack, next to Gustav der Wüsthof, my German knife. Okay, so let's think about this. What can I put on that tortilla, gives it an international flavor, is not fattening, doesn't add fat to it, and hopefully adds some protein and fiber? Well, one of the first things I think about when I reach in my refrigerator is hummus, right? Just a prepared red pepper hummus. Smells good. Tahini, sesame paste is in there. Chickpeas, high in fiber, high in protein, lower in fat. I could just take this hummus and spread it on there. I could also take the hummus and mix it with yogurt or something else, or flavor this hummus more deeply. If it were a plain hummus, maybe I would put garlic in it. Maybe I would put some of the smoked peppers in it. But this seems like too simple an answer. I mean, you didn't come here, spend your time with me on noon on a Tuesday, which we used to do every Tuesday, right? You didn't come here to watch me spread hummus on a tortilla, did you? That's hardly that's hardly exciting chef stuff. Okay, so I could do hummus. The next thing is, how about we make this chicken wrap that I'm doing into like an Italian flavor? And most of the time I would make a compound mayo. I would take mayonnaise and put oregano and basil, maybe some tomatoes in it or something like that. But let's do something different. So ramekin number one, and you back down here to the cutting board. Oh, let's not do that. So instead of my mayonnaise, how about some yogurt? And what I've got here is some plain Greek yogurt. Okay, so this is going to be my base. This is also now my binder for a lot of things. When I make shrimp salad or chicken salad or something, I no longer use the mayo. I use yogurt as a binder. Let's add some garlic. Uh-oh. Almost time for kitchen prep day again. Getting down low on the garlic. I bought some last week at the store, so I've got to do some garlic roasting. Okay? Yogurt, garlic. This is going to be Italian inspired. How about some balsamic vinegar? All right, this is going to add a real zip to it because the yogurt is so bland, right? So neutral. But if I add a little balsamic in there, all right, gives me a strange color. And then if I'm going down an Italian road in this international chicken sandwich kind of thing, then I would go to my spice team, something like oregano, basil, some salt and pepper. Let's get my salt and pepper together because it is such a burden to salt something and then pepper it. Oh, it's exhausting. So I mix it together. All right, so let's do this. This is my Italian balsamic faux mayo. I just got another idea that I've got. Guess what I have in my pantry? This is why we keep stuff in the pantry. Sun-dried tomatoes. Let's do this. Let's take one or two of them. That's going to give it some nice zip. Esmeralda, no, Gustav, you're up. All right. Gustav der Wurstoff, everyone. Much heavier knife. Much thicker knife. Notice I'm not as fast with it as well. Thank you, Gustav. Auf Wiedersehen. Sun-dried tomatoes. All right, this is going to be pretty good. Now, the longer those tomatoes sit in there, the better it's going to be. But you know what? Let's give it a quick taste. Contestant number 1 in my international sauces. Oh my goodness, that's pretty darn good. It's yogurt, which of course is bland but a little tangy. The balsamic vinegar really brings it up, really brings the sweet and tangy up. The oregano hits my palate. And that's good. That's almost like Italian tzatziki. Do I have a cucumber? I don't have a cucumber. That would be the next thing. I would make a Greek tzatziki. That would be sauce number 5. Okay, so sauce number 1 is our Italian faux mayo. What do you think of that? You tell me in the chat. Would you put that on a chicken sandwich? And while we're doing that, let's go to number 2. Okay, now I think about very often. Let's not push the wrong button there. I think about very often just using condiments in my refrigerator. So if I go, let's say we wanted to make this chicken sandwich into a Spanish or Mexican, a Latin kind of thing, I would probably reach into my refrigerator and I'd take out my jar of salsa. So putting salsa on the tortilla and then putting this sandwich of chicken, smoked peppers, lettuce, and whatever else I want to do together, that sounds pretty good, but it also sounds boring. And you didn't come here to watch me put jarred salsa on a tortilla. That's not very exciting. You don't need to be a certified culinary educator to put salsa on your sandwich. But what you can do is start rummaging through your refrigerator with some of the other condiments that could change that. So when I start pulling through, I have this peach mango preserve, peach mango salsa. I don't know. Let's try it. Bend your head back down here again, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another ramekin. Let's put some salsa in there, like that. That might be a little too much. New spoon. Everybody's going to be like, ew, you licked that spoon. Forget about the fact that it's my house and I eat it, but whatever. I got plenty of spoons. Okay, so salsa that's made sweet with a condiment, a jam. And this, again, insiders, we're getting together tomorrow to do a lot of this stuff. So salsa and mango. Let's spice this up a little bit. I've got some chipotle pepper. So I'm going for sweet hot with this. I must have shaken this over steaming liquid, which I always tell you not to do, but I do it anyway. All right, so some chipotle. Let's give this a taste. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, now the chipotle. Okay, so here's what's going on in my mouth. Hot chipotle pepper back here. Sweet mango salsa on the tip of my tongue. And the tomato, peppers, whatever came out of the jar all over the rest of my tongue. This is a good one. So this is an international fusion kind of thing. So we have Italian yogurt faux mayo. We now have fruit spicy salsa. That's 2 things that could go on my sandwich. What do you think about them? Put these back in the fridge. What do you think? Should the sandwich be Italian or should it be a little Spanish? I don't know. Let's keep going. One of my favorite things in the world is gravlax, is dry cured salmon. Web cooking classes, lesson week 40-ish, I think, 39. I show you how to make the dry cured salmon. In other words, you take like $10, $15 a pound salmon and you turn it into $30, $40 a pound salmon just with some sugar and salt. But it usually needs a sauce. And one of my favorite sauces is called havmastaris. It's a Swedish sauce. It's a mustard-based, a mustard dill sauce, and I think chicken, mustard, dill with smoked red peppers, that might be a good idea. So let's do our Swedish mustard dill sauce that normally goes on the gravlax. We'll start out with some Dijon mustard. Ooh, that was waiting to come out of there, huh? All right, good amount of Dijon mustard. That's the principal flavor in that sauce. Let me get my spatula back. Oh, this is fun. You guys having fun? We haven't been together for lunch very often. This is a lot of fun. Okay, so I've got my mustard. That's what that is, mustard. I am going to add, that's not the vinegar I wanted. To the mustard, it needs a little bit of zip. So I'm going to add a little bit of white vinegar. Wine vinegar would be better, but I don't have that. I could use rice vinegar, but that's kind of Asian, and I didn't want to go that way. So just about any flavoring that you would like. We've got the mustard. The main seasoning is dill, vinegar for a little spiciness. Give it a good amount of dill. White pepper. And normally this would call for some kind of oil with it also, like a bland, kind of neutral canola oil. But again, the purpose of all of this is I'm trying to take the fat out of my sandwiches. I'm trying to basically replace mayonnaise, which is very American, which is very boring, really, when you think about it. Food lube. I love that. And I'm trying to put an international flavor even into my lunches, you know, even into something as simple as lunch. Now, when we decide at the end what I'm going to put on my sandwich, the others are probably going to wind up in a dinner. They'll wind up with steamed vegetables or something. They're not going to go to waste. All right, so here is my Swedish mustard dill. Let's get a new spoon. Yeah, sure, there's a new one. And give it a taste. Needs some sweetness. That's a little pungent, mustardy. You know what goes really well with mustard? Honey. Now this is no longer the traditional Swedish gravlax sauce, but I didn't invite any Swedes to lunch today, so they're all in the sauna right now. Okay, let's put some mustard. Let's get another clean spoon. There we go. That one. Oh, much better. Yeah, the sweetness takes away that pungency. Okay, so Swedish mustard sauce. All right, so here's where we are so far. We are playing in the kitchen, which is something I think you should do. I think you should do it often, is play in the kitchen. And I'm even guilty of it. If I were making this sandwich today, before I went to see my doctor, it gets slathered with mayonnaise. It's a little thoughtless. It's a little bland. It's a lot fat. So I say, Todd, aren't you like a chef or something? Don't you know a little bit about food? Like I was the executive chef at a hospital, and then I go to the hospital to have this procedure, you know, kind of doctor heal thyself, chef heal thyself. What advice would I, as the executive chef of a large hospital, what advice would I give someone who was trying to eliminate fat in their diet, who was trying to bring more protein, more fiber? I would say get rid of mayonnaise. All right, so we're making a wrap sandwich today with the grilled chicken that I have sliced, the smoked pepper that I have sliced, lettuce so far. I might reach into my fridge for a tomato or something like that. I don't know. We have 3 sauces. My faux Italian balsamic mayo with sun-dried tomatoes. That's very good. My spicy and sweet salsa, just by combining 2 condiments in my refrigerator. And now we've got the Swedish, I wrote it down, havmastaris. So bad. But the Swedish mustard sauce. All right, let's make one more. How do we get really crazy with this? Like, how do we turn this sandwich into something that somebody would buy on a menu? Now, I want to take it really far east. All right, let's take it really Southeast Asia kind of thing. Let's make some crazy combination of something. It's not going to be real low fat, but it's going to be high punch flavor. So I'm thinking I want to make like a Indonesian peanut sauce. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? All right, come on back down to the cutting board. There we go. Let's start with some peanut butter, the one that choosy mothers choose, as opposed to non-choosy mothers. I'm a mother and I really don't care. That's what Jif has been saying to you for years. Really, if you don't buy Jif, then you don't care about your family, right? I mean, geez, what a guilt trip Jif has been laying on us. How about some soy sauce in the peanut butter? That seems pretty good. I got some ginger. This is the sushi ginger that I buy. Have not been able to find ginger root. Let's just take one piece of ginger. Oh, Gustav, we need you again. Let's just. Yeah, mince up that ginger nice and fine. Put fresh ginger in there. Auf Wiedersehen. Ginger. Ooh, what else? Oh, how about lime? Let's get my little fruit knife. Oh, I'm liking this one so far. All right, some lime juice for the acid, right? For the spread that we're working on. We're going to give it that flavor profile. I've got some curry powder here. It's just a dash or so because that can be so strong. What else? Oh, hey, you want to? I was talking about this with the insiders last week. The best way to have fresh herbs in your home is to grow them. I think to put them in a window box, and especially if you live, way out in the middle of nowhere like I do. Tough to get to the store. But the one thing that I do grow, which is going to work really well with this, here are my scallions, right? These I bought originally at the grocery store. After I cut them down to almost the whole way, I just put them in the pot and grow them. So let's get some scissors. And I think scallion is going to be great in here. Put that back. This needs water, I think. It's a little light. That's my herb garden. It's really scallions because it's really hard to kill them. Gustav, again. All right. Let's do a little bias slice on the scallions, real small and thin. There we go. Scallions in there. What else goes with? Oh, if I had some coconut milk, that would add fat. There's already peanut butter in here, right? But peanut butter is a better fat than mayonnaise for sure. Peanut butter has a lot more protein, a lot more fiber than mayonnaise does. And this is peanut butter, ginger, soy. That's a little thick. I think I'm going to add some more soy sauce to it. There you go. All right, we're getting ready to choose. I hope you're ready to vote. A little bit more soy to loosen it up. And then we're going to give that a taste. But first, I'm going to take my tortilla and put it in the oven to warm. Makes it a lot more pliable. It won't rip that way. Okay, so here's the peanut butter sauce. Now, let's give that a taste with one of the new spoons that I just got from behind my back. Oh, that's wild. More lime. More tart. I want more lime in there. That is a wild spread. And checking on the tortilla. All right, so it's time to tell me what you think. we have 4 international flavor spreads that I made today. And they are in front of you here. Thai peanut butter, we'll call it, with peanut butter, soy sauce, lime, scallions, and curry. Really nice. All right. I'll use a clean thumb next time. Our Swedish mustard sauce, honey mustard and dill, that's pretty good. Our sweet and spicy Latin sauce, which is basically 2 condiments put together, and my faux Italian mayo with sun-dried tomatoes and balsamic vinegar that are going to go with the chicken, the smoked peppers, and the lettuce. And you know, I don't think I need tomatoes on this. I don't think I need other things. I'm going to let these sauces do the talking. So let me get my phone. What do you think? Which one of the 4? Tell me in the chat, please. Wow, lots of comments, lots of people here today. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. There you are. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Thai peanut, Janice says. Let's see, I'm looking at the votes. They all sound good. Come on, Faye, commit. Number 2 and 3. No, I need 1. Ooh, maybe I could combine them. What would that be like? That'd be a bit much. Swedish honey mustard, Jill is voting for. I like adding cucumbers. Bernadine, I said that. I wish I had a cucumber. I would have made tzatziki for sure. Peanut butter sounds interesting, says Beth. Love peanut butter sauce, says Sandra. Kathy says peanut butter sauce. I guess that's what it is. Let's get this together. Oh, that sounds cool. Thank you. This is going to be a good lunch. Thank you for telling me what to cook for lunch today. I'm going to clean my cutting board because it has peanut butter all over it and ginger. All right. And let's get that wrap out of the warmth. We're going to be dealing with wraps on Saturday. All right. Wrap from the oven because they're a lot more pliable. I learned that as a catering company owner because we used to make wrap sandwiches and they would tear. It was like 2 to 1. It took us twice as many wraps. So we figured out if we warm them, they're a lot more pliable. All right, so here's my peanut butter sauce. This is the winner of the vote on a wrap sandwich. Sauce goes down first. Sauce, it's hard to spread the sauce on lettuce. So makes sense, right? Right in the middle. And I'm going to show you how to fold the tortilla in a minute also. There we go. All right, peanut sauce. Next, let's add our chicken. Right? And the reason that I julienne the chicken, a little bit more like batonette, is so that my teeth don't have to tear through an entire chicken breast. That's nice. 2 chicken breasts, I think about 3.5 ounces of chicken. Here's my smoked peppers that we talked about. Those are going to be awesome. A little bit of them on there. Wipe my hands a little. All right. Lettuce. Gives it a coolness, gives it a little crunch. Nice lettuce that I get locally. That's one thing I can get, is lettuce. That's pretty good. Okay, so now when you're rolling your wrap sandwich, or you're wrapping your wrap, you're wrapping your roll, what we do is tuck the sides, okay, to keep everything in there first. Tuck your sides. Then bring this up, and you really have to squeeze. You gotta squeeze with these hands to get a tight wrap. Get your fingers in there, right? In a commercial kitchen, okay, I'd be wearing gloves, whatever, but squeezing to make that tight wrap. Fold the sides again, like an envelope, pushing down and rolling. And that way you get that nice looking wrap sandwich. Let's get the serrated knife. Cut it on a bias to make it look a little better. All right, and there it is. This is now a Thai peanut chicken and smoked pepper wrap. This is my lunch. I think I'm going to add maybe a sliced apple to it or something instead of potato chips, right? Because that's what I would have done in the past. Pardon me, but thank you very much for voting, honestly, for the one I wanted to. I wanted that one. But today was a real great example of how you can take international foods, international flavors, and it's not like you need to go to the specialty market or anything like that. It's just that you have these things, you have these condiments in your refrigerator that are waiting to be used. So my chicken sandwich, it just took a trip. It got on a plane, it flew somewhere, it came back, it's an international chicken trip. Well, you know how it is, right? When things get a little stale, they get a little boring in your kitchen. Like it's like when you do the same thing again and again without even thinking about it. It's when you slather mayonnaise on stuff like I did without even thinking about it. And it took a doctor's appointment for me to realize I got to start doing better. And until you realize that borrowing ingredients from another cuisine, borrowing things from another culture, and using them in a new way, that's the best path to making your meals exciting. And I try and do this as often as I can. I try and move something from one country to another. And that's how I take food trips. That's how I take food trips in my refrigerator with international ingredients. And it's so easy to do once you know what flavor combinations to use. But it's also really hard when you don't know what flavor combinations to use. And I don't want anything to be difficult for you. I don't want things to be difficult for Carefree Cooks, because my mission is to solve those problems for you. Carefree Cooks, we cook with confidence, with creativity and pride, right? So if you're not confident in cooking with international flavors, I feel like it's my duty to fix that. And fix that we will. This coming Saturday, our next Carefree Cooking Lab is called Stay Home Food Trip. And it's only 4 days away. We're going to be cooking live again on Zoom for, you ready, the 9th time. That's how successful this has been. The lab stands for Learn, Act, Become. And the previous 8 classes have been amazing. They've exceeded my expectations. They've brought home cooks together from everywhere, and we've packed our fridges or freezers with great meals. And that's really the object of the lab. We cook together in real time on Zoom, not Facebook. So you wind up with 3 of the most popular international dishes for your table Saturday night, for your fridge on Sunday, or maybe the freezer for the following Wednesday. You use it the way that you want. And since we're on Zoom, you can always raise your hand. You can ask questions directly of me if you need to. Get those new ideas, get those inspirations to play in the kitchen like we did today. Gather up your ingredients, get all your kitchen tools ready, fire up your computer, get ready to cook this Saturday, because we're going to take a stay home food trip together. So if you'd like to join us, if you'd like to cook along, go to carefreecookinglab.com/register. And I can tell you what's going to happen at about 3 p.m. on Saturday from noon to 3. When the class ends, you're going to be so inspired, you're going to start going through photos in your head. Right? You're going to start thinking about the things that you can do. You're going to do it, and then you're going to start posting in our online communities. I know it. I see it every month. And last month, we had our portable picnic picks. It was a class that put 3 travel-worthy summer picnic foods into everybody's fridges and freezer. Marla, she was part of the class as well. Marla's been part of our ever-growing community since the very beginning. She said that she rarely posts photos of her food, although I wish she would. But she said after this lab, she had to post her results because it was her favorite one yet. We did chicken samosas. She put those in the freezer. Pulled pork barbecue. She said summer tomorrow, and we made a new favorite for her. German potato salad was going to be her side dish. That lab had her set for a week, no? And that's the idea. You fill your belly, you fill your fridge, or you fill your freezer from what we create together in the lab. Lisa is one of our star students, and she said that the lab is great. She even discovered some new things during the lab, things that she will definitely be making again for an easy weekday bite. I love that phrase, easy weekday bite, because like we did today, isn't it exciting when you discover something new to use in your kitchen? It doesn't have to be something big, just a little inspiration. Like using yogurt instead of mayonnaise with balsamic vinegar and sun-dried tomato. It's going to wind up on something for sure. Here's a great idea. Find somebody else to take the lab with. Take the lab with someone. It's not tuition's not the person, it's the computer. So like Natalie, she had her grandson cooking with her. Oh my goodness, to me, perhaps the greatest gift that you can give your kids and your grandkids is a healthy respect of food and cooking. She discovered this new type of potato salad during the lab, said it was knock your socks off. That's how she put it. And that's another one of the cool things about these labs. You can always change the ingredients to what you want, because if you follow along with me in real time, you know the method. You learn the method. The method is solid. You change the ingredients. And in this Saturday's lab, number 9, you're going to be saving time, saving money by creating 3 worldly entrees that freeze nicely, reheat perfectly, and taste delicious. And that's the whole idea behind this series of Learn, Act, Become classes that I call Lab. The idea is you actually have food at the end of the class. And the goal is always going to be to have you cook along with everyone else, get meals for today, the near future, or the far freezer. And the reason I get so excited about this series of lab classes is that we get to talk to each other. Normally I'm talking at you, but if you have any questions, if you get stuck, if you want to make a substitution, you can always raise your hand. We recognize you. You get your question answered immediately as we cook together. Now, Zoom limits the number of people I can have in these classes. So I would act quickly if you want to be part of the live interactive cooking event. And if you can't make Saturday's Zoom class, your ticket also gets you a replay video to watch at your convenience as well. So if you'd like to register right now, carefreecookinglab.com/register, because this is a totally different class. It's on Zoom, and that's what makes it interactive. We cook together in real time. We'll finish the class with 3 freezable items to enjoy now or reheat later. And this live Carefree Cooking Lab starts at noon Eastern this Saturday, September 24th. So time is running out to register. When you do register, you get a downloadable outline of the class. You get all the ingredient lists. You get the methods we'll be using, so you can be sure that you've got the items on hand or the items that you want to learn. And what I've found from these lab classes, it is a much more powerful way to learn. I mean, sure, you can watch me do it like we did today. And I know that you're inspired to come up with new spreads for your lunch. But if we do it together in real time, you'll have it internalized. You own it forever. And this is the closest thing I can think of to the in-person class that I really would want to do with you. I would love to get together somewhere, because I remember when I did this, it's so funny. I still get comments. I still get messages about the 2017 cooking retreat that we did. 6 couples, plus me and Heather. We took over this beautiful country inn in Oxford, Maryland for the weekend. We cooked appetizers, we cooked dinner, we cooked lunch, we made breakfast the final day side by side together. And the few people that took advantage of that opportunity still send me messages about how powerful cooking along with me was to their cooking journey. And they paid more than $2,000 each for that opportunity. $2,000 5 years ago, and their investment is still paying off in the meals that they're making today. They write me and tell me about it. So your opportunity exists right now to attend this unique interactive cooking event on Zoom, not for $2,000, not for $200. We're going to cook together live on Zoom, where we interact. You can raise your hand. We're going to learn great methods for taking your food on a food trip, putting international flavors into it. And the tuition for the class is only $99. And again, if you can't make the live class, your ticket gets you the replay as well. And if you're a member of the Carefree Cooks Insider Cooking Club, you have a golden ticket to the lab event. Those links will be sent later this week. Julie is an insider who's been to every one of the labs, and she simply says they're a lot of fun. So let me ask you, what effect will our interactive cooking lab have on you and your kitchen confidence? Because it's where we learn, act, and become. Maybe you'll be like Becky. Maybe you are like Becky. Becky says, I wasn't too hip on this idea. I wasn't too hip on the idea of cooking on Zoom, but her results were the best ever, she said. So it's carefreecookslab.com/register. You'll see Saturday's international menu. You'll see the ingredients you'll need, or you'll start thinking about what you want to substitute and the equipment that we'll be using. The Carefree Cooking Lab is where we learn, act, become, and what we become is more worldly cooks by taking our stay-home food trip this Saturday. Thanks for making my lunch with me, everyone. I'm getting a little hungry, to be honest. It's getting time to eat my peanut wrap. I'm really looking forward to this Saturday's lab. I'm looking forward to speaking with you directly, actually hearing your reply during our stay-home food trip. So until then, this is Chef Todd Moore reminding you that there's a method to your international cooking success. See you Saturday.